Are you serious? Are you serious? It's time for March Madness. Yes. What? Yes. Matter of fact, I'm not talking about filling out your brackets. Oh, no. I'm talking about March Madness that's going on. I mean, we already know. We just had, for the fourth day in a row, we've had a major, massive solar flare on the sun. We have seen earthquakes breaking loose around the world. Sinkholes continue to open up. Floodwaters are starting to rage. We've been very concerned about these 7 craters that have opened up in Russia. I'm not talking about sinkholes there. These massive craters, something come up out of the ground. But wait, there's more. This Friday, Friday the 13th, the CERN is going to be cranked up. What are they trying to do? They're going to actually take magnets that are cooled to a negative 271 degrees Celsius. These 27 miles worth of magnets are going to intertwine inside a collider that's going to, it's in a CERN. It's the CERN. I'm concerned about the CERN, and it's going to take place on the 13th of March. This Friday the 13th, the Illuminati is going to crank up the CERN. But they're going to ramp it up toward its maximum, almost at the speed of light. But before they get there, March 17th will arrive. The elections in Israel. Will Benjamin Netanyahu be reelected? Or will his opposition group led by Herzog overthrow him? And if so, Herzog is the hand picked by President Barack Obama to actually be the one he would like to see as prime minister. Are you serious? Is the Illuminati getting in position? Are the powers of the dark shadow government getting in position? Are the phases of the New World Order? But no, wait, this is the 17th of March. St. Patrick's Day, I understand that, but step past this, because if Netanyahu loses the election, folks, and Herzog wins, he will try to take his government, and Obama will go immediately back to try to create the two-state solution, which would include the dividing of the land, of the coveted land that God had promised Abraham 4,000 years ago. John F. Kerry would certainly jump into the mix and try to make this happen with the support of a new prime minister and the backing of the Obama administration. Kerry may be able to get there, bringing about a peace agreement that may include Iran's nuclear capabilities. That's the other thing. Besides a deal that would give a parting of the land, a two-state solution, and maybe even the Jews the right to build the temple, the third temple. I believe there could also be, there'll be no more Netanyahu stand in the way of a deal with Iran. Only the Republicans in Congress will be the last line of defense. Are you serious? But folks, March Madness doesn't stop on the 17th of March. Now go to the 20th. That is the spring equinox. That is also a total eclipse of the sun. Going to be actually over the sun, a total eclipse on the 20th on spring equinox covering Europe. And what's in Europe? The CERN. I'm concerned about the CERN because that's the day they want to ramp this thing up to its highest point, in which they take the protons and collide them, the God particles, which some believe could have been the reason of the explosion of the formation of all creation. Of course, if there was an explosion that created everything you see, who pulled the trigger? Well, we know God the Father, who created all things. He did it by simply speaking these worlds into existence. The Bible says that he framed the worlds by faith when he spoke it into existence. March 20th. I know what's going to happen. You can take an egg on the spring equinox and you can set it up and it will stand. It's the only day of the year it will do that. So on the spring equinox, when the gravitational pull is at its height, when the CERN is cranked till its maximum, when the sun becomes dark as sackcloth of hair, This is a moment that it's almost like King Arthur wants to pull the sword out of the stone. Well, let me just tell you why. I know that's a myth and a legend, but here's the question. When they're cranking up this CERN and everybody's concerned, even Stephen Hawking says, don't do it, don't do it. This is madness. This is March Madness. Even when Stephen Hawking is afraid of what could take place, remember, when the atom bomb was split, the first thing they did with this technology was create a weapon of war. If they can collide the protons and create an opening of a portal of hell, will they take this technology from the collider and create a great sword, as the Bible says, will be given to the red horsemen of the apocalypse in Revelation chapter 6. Yes, the red horseman of the apocalypse brings war upon the earth and takes peace from the earth. And I'm telling you right now, ISIS is doing that. They're taking peace from the earth. Not only are they launching a war and a persecution, a slaughter of the Christians, but they're taking peace of mind from people all over the globe with these lone wolf strikes, which is part of their strategy. Is this going to be a great sword? Is it going to come out of the CERN? I'm not expecting a collision that will create a catastrophe, but there will be a catastrophe from the collision. Not a cataclysmic one as far as the earth exploding, but spiritually, the portals of hell will open. And what type of demon spirits will crawl out of this thing? The last time they fired up the CERN, they started it around December the 13th or 14th. They started to ramp it up. And on December 21st, the winter solstice, my birthday, the end of the world, the Mayans said, December 21st, 2012, they cranked the CERN up to about 75% of its capability. And they opened a small pinhole black hole. They shut it down, but they recognized what it would do. Now they're ready to crank it till its maximum, and they've chosen the day. Spring equinox, total eclipse of the sun, just before the third blood moon, in the midst of the madness of March. What will this bring? And the Bible talks about an angel with a key to the bottomless pit will release these demons, folks. It says in Revelation 16 that the three unclean spirits will come out of the mouth of the dragon, out of the beast, and out of the false prophet. And they will affect the kings of the earth. So what is about to happen here? Well, we're going to try to ask Mike from around the world. He's going to be my guest today on our live broadcast. Today, we're going to discuss the CERN. He will be my guest today. You don't want to miss it because he's going to break it down for us. More information that's anticipating the results of the CERN. March Madness? Aren't you glad I got Jesus in my heart? What about you? I don't have any madness in my life. I just observe it. I got peace in my soul that passes all understanding. I'm ready if Jesus should come. Are you? Are you concerned about the CERN? Give your life to Jesus Christ. We are running out of time. Will they be able to come to a breakthrough to figure out a new weapon that could be used to bring about the new world order or the beast?